So, Simmers, I built an apartment condo building based on a picture I found on Pinterest. You can find the base game version of this apartment on the gallery. My gallery ID is vstreetlove, and you can also find the link in the description below. So let's get started and talk about this apartment. First of all, what the hell did I think I was doing? I mean, truly. Okay, building this apartment was so difficult for me. I felt like I signed up to run a marathon and I did absolutely no training. Why do I feel like that? Because, I don't know, I don't build at all. Like, I think I build houses for my Sims that I play once every few months. So I decided I was gonna build a fully functional apartment building with 6 units and amenities, just because I was like, oh, I'm so excited for the new pack to come out. But as I was doing this, I was literally so tired. This was the hardest that I've worked in months. Why do I say that? Because I am currently unemployed, and if you or anyone you know is looking for a senior designer or art director, please hit me up. I would love to get a job. Anyway, back to this build. So this is the hardest I've worked in months. It literally took me a full work day and a half to get this done. And it was truly so funny because I started off with so much energy and so much zest, trying to get things perfectly done. In fact, I was being so, perfectionist-y with it that I built the building and then I decided, actually, I don't like this. And I bulldozed it. When I used to hear about other Simmers doing that, I'd be like, they are crazy. Who does that? Me. I am crazy now. I do that now. So yeah, I guess I'm part of the club that will go through and just tear down all of my hard work after, like I said, hours. I worked on the building for I don't know, an hour and a half maybe. And then I was like, oh, this is too big. And so yeah, I bulldozed it. Anyway, so yeah, the inspiration for the building itself, 1 came from Pinterest. I found something on Pinterest and I decided to build it. But 2, I wanted to add amenities a la fancy apartment buildings in New York. So this building has, a pool, a gym, a movie room, a sauna if you have spa day, a game room, and a party room. And then, like I said, 6 fully furnished units. It was truly exhausting. It was like I built, 6 houses in one? I thought I was going to be able to whip this up in a day, y'all. I literally was like, oh, okay, I'll record me building this apartment real quick. I have a real life reference image. Shouldn't take me long. And I'll get the video up in a day. This is day 5 of me working on this video. I had no clue. I was like, oh. I was not prepared for the amount of energy management that I needed to do. The other thing is, as you're watching the speed build, I cut a lot of stuff out. First of all, like I said, I bulldozed the building. You didn't need to see that. You didn't need to see me bulldozing. So I cut that out. And then the other thing is, as you can see, we jumped from basically no floor plan to the floor plan completely figured out. I didn't mean to cut that out. I was having recording problems. So I just lost all that footage. So hopefully this is still entertaining for y'all. This is still, informative of how, I don't know, my brain works as I'm putting some things together. And maybe you get some inspiration if you want to build an apartment. But yeah, so some things are cut out. It should still be easy enough to follow. And if not, it's okay because I will jump into the game and show you the completely finished build. So you're not guessing how it turned out or what was going on, right? Anyway, so yeah, at this point, I'm adding a basement. The basement does not follow the layout of the building above it because I was just screw it, because I was trying to figure out how to put the pool in. So that's the only weird thing that happens downstairs. But everything else, like I said, I'll go over it with y'all later. But anyway, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you are also excited about The Sims 4 for rent. And I'm also assuming that you're watching other people's videos and seeing other apartments. And so with that in mind, I'm actually going to make a roundup video of some cool apartments that I found on the gallery that you should add to your game. I'll be posting that next week. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel, you like this video, and you turn on the post notifications for videos so that you know when that video goes live next week, okay? Anyway. So yeah, like I said, I made this in preparation for The Sims 4 for rent, and as I was building this, I did have a lot of questions come up, like just randomly as I was like putting things together. I was like, oh, I wonder about this. I wonder about this. So I made a list of those questions and I just want to name them here to see if we're all on the same page of what we're confused about at this point, right? First question, are we going to be able to share individual apartment units to the gallery? In the gameplay trailer, it did look like we can set how many beds and bathrooms are in an apartment, but I'm wondering if that will be translated to how we're able to share apartments on the gallery. Because right now we're not. I think the trick that Simmers use right now is they will do the redesign of a unit, like a unit that's in city living or an eco lifestyle, and they'll take out the interior walls in such a way to make it think that the whole apartment is one room. And they'll share the room to the gallery. I wonder if they'll update that so that we can share individual apartment units. Be it the Sims City Living or the Sims Eco Lifestyle version of apartments, or like our own like apartment units that we make, right? That's one thing I'm wondering. I'm also thinking about, will the gallery bedroom filters be updated? So when you are searching for like a house on the gallery right now, you can set how many bedrooms and bathrooms you're looking for. Are they going to update that like filter? I feel like they should update it to something like, you know, between 1 and 2 bedrooms, or like I'm looking for an apartment, like a residential rental that has, you know, 1 to 2 units or something like that. Like, I wonder if they're going to update the filters for the gallery to kind of be updated with this new thing that we're going to be able to do. I'm also wondering, like, how will bills work? How will bills work if the rent is free? Like, you can set the rent for certain units to 0 simoleons. So will Sims just be paying for like their power and water usage, or will they just have no bills? And then like that also made me think, like, how will bills work in general, right? Like, will the landlord pay the bills for the entire building and then the tenants reimburse the landlord kind of thing? Like, I imagine that's how it works in real life. Like, the whole building has a certain amount of power consumption and then you are paying for your individual power consumption, right? I don't know. That was something I was thinking about, because I was mainly around the idea of like, okay, if a Sim isn't paying for rent, are they still going to be paying for like their water and power usage? Can you include water and power in those Sims rent, you know, so they're not paying for it separately, it's just included, like how that's an option in real life? I don't know. That maybe I'm getting too granular with it. The other thing I was thinking about was like, oh, I wonder if I can make a retirement home. I'm assuming I can, because it would just be a residential rental lot that I make where I just move in elders, right? I don't know why that came up specifically for this, but I was thinking to myself as I was torturing myself over this build, oh, you know, it'd be another cool build I can make? A retirement home. Anyway, another question. How do we set the rent if we don't own the building? So I imagine the way that I'm going to play The Sims 4 for rent is going to be around having apartments themselves, but not necessarily wanting to play as the property owner all the time. Like, I think I'm going to be in a whole apartments phase for the next 6 months. I already have my Sim Angelica living in a duplex that I built, okay? And if you're not watching that Let's Play, you should be. I'll be posting another part of that at some point next week as well. But yeah, she's already in a duplex. I love the idea of having more townhomes and more duplexes specifically, because those are the kind of lots, oh my gosh, those are the kinds of places that I grew up in myself, like as a living human person, and not as a Sim. And so, yeah, so I'm really excited about being able to make residential rentals and have multiple families living on one lot, but like separated, you know? Oh my gosh, yeah, even on my live stream, I have another family where I have like 2 sisters living together on a lot, but they live in their own townhomes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to make those functional. Like, that's the thing. The only thing about it though, like, the idea of functional residential rentals will be fun, and I am excited about it. But one of the benefits of the way that the system works now, I mean, it's not really a benefit, but the families that I have who are living in their own like buildings or own units, but I'm playing them at the same time, they all age at the same time, and I can like see them doing their stuff at the same time. Like, no one's having any major life thing without me, you know what I mean? Because if you turn aging on and you just let your Sims do their own aging thing, You won't necessarily get to have the birthdays with them or holidays with them. Like, life just goes on and you're not there, which, you know, is what you want, I guess, on some level. But for me, I'm like, oh no, I want us to like be able to do stuff at the same time. And I want to kind of see it happening at the same time. I don't know, maybe that's a control issue. Either way, I am excited to have functional residential rentals, but that was the one thing that I'm like, okay, well, she'll definitely be in a whole other house. I won't be able to like see these Sims, and I'm gonna have to go back and forth with them to manage the households. Whatever. The other question I have, how will landlords and like apartment repairs work when we don't own the building? So we haven't seen any of this information. I'm just going off of just questions that I have after watching the reveal trailer and the gameplay trailer and a couple of like tweets, you know. But I was like, oh, how is that gonna work? And also, how will building work? Like, will we be able to change the walls of our apartment buildings after we've moved a Sim into a unit? Like, if I'm playing a Sim that lives in one of the units in this apartment building, and I want to like, oh, I'm going to change the windows. I don't see me wanting to do that, but hypothetically, will I be able to do that while I'm playing that Sim and I go into build mode? Or will I have to go like to the world manager and then build from there to make changes? And a follow-up question to that, will I finally be able to make changes to the windows and stuff on the city living and eco lifestyle apartments? Right? Because right now we can't do that. You can't change the walls. You can't change the windows. You got to keep it. You got to keep it where it is. But I'm wondering if they will update those apartments after For Rent comes out. Which then also just begs the question, like, will there be updates to those apartments when For Rent comes out? I think that's the more basic question. Last question that I had as I was building this was kind of like, oh, how will thermostats work in common areas? Like, will people get like cold and like cold inside and need the thermostat? If you have Sims 4 Seasons, the version of this apartment that I have that uses packs, I did put a thermostat in the common area because I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, I don't know how that's gonna work. Yeah, so anyway, I'm hoping that some of these questions will be answered in the Sims 4 For Rent, official live stream that they'll do. They haven't announced when that's gonna be. But as soon as they do, I will be watching it and I will make a recap video. So again, make sure you're subscribed because I want you to see like what comes from that, and you don't have to watch the whole hour, 90-minute, live stream if you don't want to. Or even if you do want to, and then you come to see what I got to say about it, because I'll have things to say. I have not been this excited for a pack since they announced Growing Together. I was super stoked for Growing Together. Growing Together is the reason why I'd said, F it, I'm just going to start a Sims YouTube channel. So I'm like almost as excited about that and For Rent, like truly. I've been wanting apartments in this game. Gosh, I mean, truly since The Sims 2 apartment, whatever. Like, and I made a video about that. I didn't make a video about it, but in my gameplay trailer deep dive, I talked about how that pack came out in like 2008 or something like that. I was literally in high school. We haven't been able to make functioning apartments in The Sims since I was in high school. I am a grown woman who pays bills now. It's just long overdue. So yes, I'm super excited about that. Anyway, actually, back to this actual footage. So at this point, you've seen me make the basement with the pool and the gym and the saunas, which are taken out for the base game version, the movie room, and then I came upstairs and I worked on like a party room and a game room. And now this is the one and only apartment you're going to see me furnish in this speed build. Like I said, I started off super excited. To do this build, ambitious, if you will. I was like, oh, I got this. It's gonna take me like a day at most to put this together, and then I'm gonna, edit the video right quick, post it, and then move on. Nope, that is not what happened. And when I started this apartment, I was super optimistic about the future, what my life was gonna look like after putting this together. And yeah, one thing I will say is that building with the base game was on one hand a nice restriction, but then on the other hand it was hard because there were some things that I was like, wow, I wish we had better rugs. Or I wish we had better couches. And we do have better rugs. And we do have better couches. But those are not in the base game. They're in the other expansion packs. So yeah, it was a nice restriction because I wasn't looking through like every last thing, but it was also just challenging because we didn't have as much nice stuff. The other thing is, it was hard for me to furnish 6 different apartments with the same items. I was like, there's no diversity here. So then it was making me think like, do I want to invest a whole bunch into decorating these apartments to be super individualistic? I don't think so. I think my thought process was like, let's just keep it generic, because even I imagined that I'm going to move a sim in one of these units and play, but I'm going to go back and decorate specifically for that sim. Like, none of the decorations I did in any of these units are like particularly I'm even super thrilled about. Like, I try to make it nice enough that I could just move some NPC sims in to the building and they would have everything they need to like live and function. That being said, y'all, full transparency, I forgot to put smoke alarms. I'm gonna have to make myself a little checklist of things that I need to have in my buildings, because one of my builds that I did, I forgot a stove. I forgot a whole stove. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that's 101. So don't set any fires, you know what I'm saying? Or like, once you download the lot, just add some smoke alarms. I was gonna go back and add smoke alarms, but I was like, you know what? I'm not perfect. And you don't need to think I'm perfect. I'm not trying to set these expectations high. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, I'm getting to the point now where I am wrapping up the speed build portion of the video. So I hope that you enjoyed what you saw here, and we're gonna jump into the game and I'm gonna show you how it turned out, okay? Which I recorded separately. So we're gonna go to the different recording version of Vanessa, okay? So let's take a look at the build in the game. The lot that I used is in Newcrest. It's this one down here in the bottom left. It's a 50 by 40 lot. So let's just take a look. So this is the front of the lot. When the Sims load up to the front of the building, you don't see any balconies or anything like that, like I used in my inspo pic. But when you go to the back of the lot, that's where all of the balconies are. You can see here, each floor has a balcony, and you can also see their view. The Sims view would be like the little river lake thing that's happening here and all these buildings in the back. You can also see that I put in the little monkey bars to be close to the pirate ship that's already in the world. Okay, so if we take a look in the building, I'm just gonna go down to the first floor. So when your Sims come into the first floor, there's a lot going on here, but if you zoom in, this is like the foyer area. Off to the left of the foyer area is the game room that I made, and the game room has its own bathrooms. And then to the right of the foyer area is basically like a party room. So if your Sims, the idea is that if your Sims want to like rent the space, if they want to have like an event, they can use this room, and it also has its own bathrooms. Off the foyer area, there's also like a trash room and just like some seating. So from here, we've got the stairs that go upstairs and downstairs, and then you can see the apartments. I'm gonna go downstairs first. So downstairs is the basement that I worked on. So we've got the pool. Then off of the pool, there is a gym, and there are bathrooms. If you have spa day, I have a version of this build that has the saunas, but I took them out for the base game version. Then off here on this side of the build, we've got the movie room, and the movie room has its own bathroom as well. When you go upstairs, back upstairs from here, off to the left here is the first apartment. So this apartment has 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. When you walk in, you see there's the kitchen, there's the dining room, the living room, and the bedroom, and with the closet and the bathroom. And this is basically a mirror image of what I did over here. This is the one you saw me build in the speed build. So same thing, it's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, really simply decorated. The idea for me, I furnished all of these apartments, but I furnished it in such a way that it's simple enough for you to take out the furniture if you want to do your own thing, but it's also has enough stuff that if you just wanted to move in Sims and start playing right away, you should be able to do that. Then going upstairs, there's another trash room, and then we've got 2 different apartments. Both of these apartments have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, but this one is like the way I did the layout, I think it feels really bigger. So you walk in, there's the kitchen here, the dining room, you've got the balcony and the living area. Then there's a hallway. Then off the hallway, there's a bathroom, there's a bedroom, and then there's a larger bedroom. And then this is the primary suite with an ensuite bath and a closet. Then on this side, we've got this a sort of similar layout. I think the common space is a little bit smaller. So we've got the kitchen, the dining room, we've got the living room space, and then again, a balcony. But then the hallway here is a little bit longer. We've got a bedroom off of the main hallway. We've got a bathroom off the main hallway. And then we've got another bedroom off the main hallway. And then this is the primary suite with an ensuite bathroom. The last floor that I made, we've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. This apartment is basically the same one as downstairs. So it's the exact same layout, exact same furniture, everything, you know, dining room, living room, kitchen, bathroom off of this hallway, bedroom, another bedroom, and then the primary suite. Also, there's this empty room that I envisioned would be the laundry room for this apartment. So if you have laundry day stuff, I do have a version of this apartment with the laundry, which I guess I can show you guys that after this. And then lastly, this is the last apartment. This apartment, instead of doing the same thing as downstairs, I decided that it would be a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. So when you walk in, you've got the dining room, you got the kitchen and living room, much like the other ones. But this one has a bathroom off of the main living space. And then the hallway, there is a bedroom. And then this is the primary suite. This is the primary suite with a bedroom and then a bathroom. Like I said, I did make a version of this build that used some more packs. So let me just show you what I changed. So as you can see, the outside is still the same. So we don't need to go over that. So some of the changes that I have are shown in the basement. For example, I added a yoga mat inside of the gym. I added the saunas back with the gym. And then I also swapped out the TV in the movie room to be the movie room stuff version of the TV. And I added a little popcorn machine down here as well. In the game room, I added like ping pong table and arcade. I think those are from like university and from Get Together. I was about to say Growing Together. There's so many togethers. And then I also added this like foosball table and the darts. In the party room, I actually changed the tables to be high tops because that's what I wanted them to be, is high top tables. And then I added the little banquet buffet table thing that's from Wedding Stories. And then in the common area, I also added a laundry room for the apartments that don't have laundry in their apartment. So we've got a common space here with laundry. And then you can see how in the apartment, I went and added the laundry back in there. So it was clear where the laundry was supposed to go. I also changed the trash rooms in the building to have like a trash chute instead of just like a bin. So this, in my mind, this would have been for recycling and this is for like the trash. And yeah, that's the build. If you enjoyed this speed build, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to get more speed builds that I'm going to be making, and then also click the notification bell so you can be notified of when I post my next videos. If you made it this far in the video, please leave these emojis below. Other than that, I will see y'all next time. Dag, dag!